A very good evening. Welcome to Up South. I'm Preeti Chaudhary and our top focus story in this bulletin. A pregnant woman died due to complications arising out of swine flu at Osmania General Hospital in Hyderabad. Now the city recorded 4 new H1N1 cases, including 3 minors. The woman was 9 months pregnant and was expected to deliver within a few days. With the death, the swine flu toll now rises to 11 in Telangana, with 2 deaths occurring within 24 hours. The other 4 fresh cases detected on Wednesday include a 17-month boy, an 8-year-old boy, a 3-year-old girl and a 56-year-old woman from Nizamabad. This takes the overall confirmed positive cases of swine flu in Telangana to 77. I want to cut across to my colleague Rohini Swami. She's joining us live on the stories. Rohini, are we actually now, with this death and the kind of numbers which are rising, looking at an epidemic?
Well, as of now, the state government is saying that they cannot call it an epidemic as of now, for the simple reason it's not healthy people who have been contracting swine flu, but people who have multiple complications who are actually developing this infection. And yes, there have been nearly 80 cases that have been detected, and out of that, around 50%, that's around 40 cases, have been positive with swine flu. Now, the point that the doctors are making is that they're saying that they are taking them to the isolation wards and giving them adequate medication. Now, typically, it has become a rule across the country that because of these kind of epidemic cases, there have to be special isolation wards, especially in general hospitals, especially in chest hospitals that treat swine flu and other such kind of viral infections. Now, the case that we have seen, the recent death of this pregnant lady, also they said is because of multiple complications. Children also have been affected, the youngest being a 17-month-old infant. Now, the steps are being taken by the health department also to see that adequate medication also is provided so that the patients are treated well, and also people who feel that that a fever is possibly getting they are being asked to check for swine flu, and any case of fever or any kind of such kind of viral infection, they are being checked for swine flu right now in Telangana.
All right, and what are the what is the government actually doing, Rohini, so that it doesn't cross borders and the cases are limited to Telangana alone?
Well, the health department first, in terms the most important being medication. So they are talking to people. Also, there's not only announcements but also advertisements in the newspapers saying that if they do feel that anybody thinks they have a viral infection, they go and get themselves checked immediately in the closest hospital. Second, in terms of stocking medication, they have already sought for more medication so that people who can be treated immediately. And thirdly, and most importantly, they're also saying that anybody who has any form of chest diseases or communicable diseases, they also inform their doctors so that checks can be done, so that can be controlled. And most important part of isolation wards, yes, they are also being equipped as of now. People are being provided with gloves and other kind of masks so that this infection does not spread.
Appreciate you joining us. We'll keep coming back to Rohini for more on that story. With that, we move on in the bulletin right here. Hyderabad police launched a new mobile application which ensures women's safety during travel and enable people to access help in emergencies by pressing SOS button Hawkeye. That's what this app is called. Will also empower people to become citizen police by reporting crimes and traffic violations. They can also report violations by police personnel, make suggestions for improving police and report good work done by the police. The police says the major source of concern is women's safety during travel, especially for those who are employed. In this regard, the app has Women Travel Made Safe feature as well.
Basis, and their data they can upload from time to time whatever they feel like, which relates to the crime, criminals, violations or their safety. Finally, we would like to enroll the entire youth of Hyderabad city as a part of our community policing so that they can be our partners in policing. We keep communicating to them. So there is a provision for uploading their profiles, whoever would like to be part of our community policing, citizen police.
Well, in Hyderabad, it's called Hawkeye. In Delhi, it is called Himmat, the application to help women. Moving on now, a temple in Kerala on the foothills of the holy city of Sabrimala has a post office that works only during the special Sankranti season. But what makes the post office stand apart is that the box receives letters to God. People write their wish and prayers, hoping that God is reading them. Here's the story.
It is a unique post office and one of its main tasks is to deliver letters to God. Yes, a post office dedicated to Lord Ayyappa. Located near the famed Hindu temple at the Sabrimala Hills, The post office may perhaps be the only one in the country which doesn't work round the year. But the 3-letter boxes kept in the temple complex get more than postcards and envelopes. Every morning, the staff finds scores of identity cards and wallets too in them. This is the work of pickpockets who, after pocketing the money, drop the contents of the wallet in the name of God.
വളരെ ആദർശികമായിട്ട് തോന്നി. പിന്നെ ഇതിന്റെ എണ്ണം കൂടുമ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലായത് അത് ഒരേ ആൾക്കാരുടെ തന്നെ പല ID കാർഡ് കിട്ടുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലായത് ഇതിൽ എന്തോ ഒരു മിസ്റ്ററി ഉണ്ടെന്ന്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലായത് പിക്ക് പോക്കറ്റിംഗ് നന്നായിട്ട് നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ നമുക്ക് PROയുടെ ഒക്കെ അനൗൺസ്മെന്റ് നന്നായിട്ട് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ആൾക്കാരെ സൂക്ഷിക്കണം, സാധനങ്ങൾ നന്നായിട്ട് മോഷ്ടിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, വാർത്തകൾ ഉണ്ട് തുടങ്ങി. അപ്പോൾ തോന്നി ഇത് നല്ല രീതിയിൽ പിക്ക് പോക്കറ്റിംഗ് നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. കാരണം 50ഉം 60ഉം ID കാർഡ്സ് വരെ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ട്.
The post office employees dedicatedly send the PAN cards to the IT department. That's why they say God is a remover of all obstacles. With Rohini Swami, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
In a one-of-its-kind attempt, the Hyderabad police gathered about 600 rowdy elements of the city involved in petty cases to give clean chits to those who have had no criminal past for the last 15 to 20 years. My colleague Ratnika Sharma reports.
25 years ago, Haider was booked for involvement in a communal clash and a rowdy sheet opened against his name, making him the prime target of local police, any criminal activity in the area, and he would be among the first ones to be picked up.
जब 25 इयर्स पहले बुक करे थे केसेस, उसके बाद में फिर मेरा 7 DB का चालान भी नहीं है, ना मैं कोई गैंग मेंटेन करता हूँ, मेरा ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है। वो कम्युनल केस में जो है ना बुक करे थे केस, उसके बाद से जो है ना मैं फिर कभी जेल को गया, ना मेरा कोई केस है, कुछ भी नहीं किया भी नहीं। मगर पुलिस वाले जब भी बुलाए मैं बराबर अटेंडेंस के लिए जाता था। मेरा रिकॉर्ड बिल्कुल क्लियर है।
2 years ago, both of Ajay's kidneys had failed and he recently got a transplant. A history sheeter since 4 years, he is now relieved to have gotten a clean chit.
Now today is this is a third life to and this is an like Independence Day, like a Freedom Day. Freedom Day for me is it's exactly freedom to me to do any job proudly.
Out of the 600 odd rowdies in Hyderabad, 169 have been booked in communal clashes. Through its latest amnesty program, the police hopes to refresh its criminal database.
4 or 5 criteria: one 70 years old above, and another long rowdy sheeters like more than 15 years. They are not having any adverse reports against them. And before 40 years, 30 years, sheet was opened against them. They keep on coming to police stations for counselling. But since 20 years, there were no cases against them, and they know we have not found any adverse reports against them.
This new year is going to gift a new lease of life to about 60 odd rowdy sheeters in southern Hyderabad after getting a clean chit by the Hyderabad police. After today, these people who were booked under petty cases but have not had a criminal record since then hope to regain their lost respect in the society. With camera person Manohar Reddy, Ratnika Sharma in Hyderabad for Headlines Today.
The famous Mysore silk shawl will now play an important role in strengthening the Indo-US ties. Well, you ask why? This time around, President Obama will be presented a white Mysore silk shawl on Republic Day. Now, according to Karnataka Silk Industries Corporation, Rashtrapati Bhavan has ordered 50 Mysore silk shawls to honor the visiting dignitaries. Rashtrapati Bhavan has been placing bulk orders for shawls from Mysore for many years now. Another bulk order for Mysore saris has come from the state-owned Air India.
He is intending to present a Shalya, or what we call as Wali, to Obama during his visit to India. In fact, I would like to inform you that the Rashtrapati Bhavan is regularly purchasing some of the materials, including Walis as well as Dhotis, to present to the visiting dignitaries from all over the world.
We go back to our focus story on the alarming rise of H1N1 flu in the state of Telangana. The latest, a pregnant woman died due to complications arising out of swine flu at Osmania General Hospital in Hyderabad. Now, the city has recorded 4 new H1N1 cases, including 3 minors. The woman was 9 months pregnant and was expected to deliver within a few days. With the death, the swine flu toll now has risen to 11 in Telangana, with 2 deaths occurring within 24 hours. In all, the cases have gone to 80. Now, what is the government doing to tackle the cases, and how short it is for maybe confirming an epidemic? Till now, they haven't done so. I want to immediately cut across to my colleague Ratnika, who's joining us right now. She has a doctor with her. Ratnika, it's over to you. Not sounding alarmist, but what position is Telangana in tackling the swine flu cases?
Well, Preeti, first of all, statistically speaking, in the last 1 year, there have been 15 deaths due to swine flu in both Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, of which, unfortunately, 6 deaths due to swine flu have occurred in December month alone. I am joined here by the state coordinator of swine flu, Dr. Shubhakar. He's a state coordinator for both states, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Sir, not to sound alarmist, but is this going to be declared an epidemic? What stage is it in?
You know, if you see, in 2009, we have reported 100 cases a day. So WHO officially declared the pandemic is over in 2010 itself. But going by the numbers, out of 78, almost 50% in the month of December, we should be alert, but it should not be panic. We should take all the precautions to prevent the spread of this virus. Because in view of the low temperatures, we have seen in the last 10 years, we have not recorded so many low temperatures, 3 degrees, 4 degrees in both Telugu states. This is a congenial for virus to live in the environment for a long time. So you have to take precautions, should not be panic. At the same time, you should be more alert.
So you're saying there is no need to panic, but what exactly is the government doing in this regard, and what are the measures, the strong measures taken by the government? We have isolation centers at the government hospitals. We have enough stocks of Tamiflu to treat the cases. We are doing awareness for the public to how to prevent the swine flu. If the symptoms develop, what they have to do, where to approach, all the information is there. We are monitoring the virus for the last 4 years. In fact, we are seeing whether this virus is changing in its behavior, it's a new virus or turning into a new virus, are there any mutation. We are doing a surveillance. As per the government of India, there are 15 states are conducting the surveillance. Telangana is one state conducting the surveillance for the last 4 years. Unfortunately, there was no change in the virus. In fact, the virulence has come down. There is no mutation. So we are observing the virus. We have isolation wards at the various hospitals. We have enough stocks of Tamiflu, and all our doctors are already trying to manage this problem. So there, both doctor and the government very positive that they are equipped enough to handle swine flu and that there is no need to panic at this moment in time. Back to you, Preeti.
Ratnika, quickly take us through the numbers which have been rising right now, and what is the government doing? Maybe you can ask the doctor that, in trying to make sure that it doesn't actually reach epidemic levels.
Exactly, Preeti. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, there 15 deaths have been reported so far due to swine flu in both the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, of which 6 have occurred in the month of December alone because, as the doctor stated, because of the lower temperatures. However, the government has also said that they have enough medicine supply and isolation wards to take care of all the patients that are being infected with swine flu, and that there is no need to panic of any sort.
Ratnika, the numbers are already reaching 80 confirmed reports. What is it that the government is doing right now to make sure that this doesn't actually, turn into an epidemic? Because till now, with what the responses we've been getting is that there have been no healthy people who've actually picked up the virus.
Definitely, Preeti. In fact, as the doctor also just mentioned, that there are isolation wards, and the state of Telangana specifically is actually maintaining some kind of surveillance, and they're going across each state, and especially those areas where swine flu has broken out in large numbers, and they're making sure that not only the infected person is being treated, but also medicines is being given out to the relatives of the infected person, because that's very important. One infected person can actually infect the relatives, and that's been seen across the state of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So that's most importantly what the government is doing. doing surveillance and making sure that the relatives also get adequate medicinal supplies of the infected person.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Ratnika. We'll of course keep coming back to you for the latest updates coming in from Telangana. There, my colleague Ratnika clearly speaking to the government doctor there, who went on to state that not to sound alarmist, but the situation right now is worrisome. However, they are keeping a close eye on developments on the story. Meanwhile, we move on. Opposition has come down hard on the Narendra Modi government's plan to revamp the Planning Commission. The new panel has been named Niti Aayog. Reportedly, the word Niti is an acronym, a short form for National Institute for Transforming India. More details of the revamped body will emerge soon, but the new body replaces the panel which was set up in March 1950 and has overseen development, decided the thrust areas and allocating of funds for them over the past 64 years. All this via its 5-year plans. According to the opposition, the revamp is nothing more than recycling of old ideas in new wine bottles. The reconstituted Niti Aayog is taking shape 4.5 months after the Prime Minister announced its revamp during his Independence Day speech from the Red Fort. The body, like earlier, will be headed by the Prime Minister, who will be its de facto chairperson. Next in the line would be an appointed vice chairman, not deputy chairman as the post was earlier known. Apart from this, there will be 5 permanent, 2 part-time members. In true corporate style, there will be a COO, a chief operating officer. The commission will have 4 ex-officials with the rank of a cabinet minister. Let's listen in to what the Prime Minister had said about the revamp over 4 months ago. Reports also suggest the new Niti Aayog will comprise 4 departments: the Interstate Council's Office of Direct Benefit Transfer, Unique Identification Authority of India and a Programming Evaluation Unit. Each of these departments would be headed by a secretary-level officer. The Prime Minister, on his own, Narendra Modi, defended the newly minted Niti Aayog, which has now replaced the Planning Commission. Now, Narendra Modi tweeted, and I quote, "Through the Niti Aayog, we wish to ensure that every individual can enjoy the fruits of development and aspire to lead a better life. A pro-people, proactive and participative development agenda, stressing on empowerment and equality, is the guiding principle behind the Niti Aayog."